So you stole all this stuff, is what you're saying?
All of this came from the neighborhood. From your not cleaned up. From your die.
In the dimly lit police station, Detective Daniels sat hunched over his desk, reviewing the chilling footage from that fateful night. The bodycam video showed Stephanie Melgoza's red Dodge Dart speeding through the dark streets of East Peoria. She weaved recklessly, her laughter echoing through the night air.
The tip of my pen, just so I know where you are. There you go. All right. That's what I want you to follow.
The force of the collision was so great that it twisted metal and shattered glass. The bodies of Paul Proant and Andrea Rosewich, two innocent people, were on the ground. From the wreckage of her car, Melgoza emerged to face the officer.
Head's still for me. Oh, my head. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Just your eyes.
Daniels shivered as he watched Officer Bieber confront the heartless killer at the hospital. Melgoza's indifference was chilling. Her lack of emotion in the face of tragedy made him uncomfortable. In the fluorescent-lit hallway of Kaya Roller's school, Officer Dennis Turner's body camera began to record. The disturbing footage unveiled the innocent 6-year-old girl, her face marked by confusion as she questioned the purpose of the cold and unforgiving zip ties. Kaya's fear erupted into heartbreaking sobs as he fastened the zip ties around her tiny wrists.
It's not gonna hurt. No, I want it, God. No.
The body camera continued to capture the agonizing scene. Kaya's cries echoed through the school as Officer Turner and his colleague led her toward the waiting police vehicle.
Let's go.
Your grandma's gonna come pick you up, okay?
Each step resonated with the anguish of a child caught in a web of harsh injustice. The alarming video, now available for public viewing, serves as a sobering reminder of the unsettling reality of how easily young children can fall victim to the system. On a seemingly normal day, the atmosphere was charged with tension as Law and Crime Network prepared to reveal shocking police bodycam footage. The screen flickered to life, showing an Alabama police officer standing in her home before an 82-year-old woman, Martha Lewis Menafield. The officer's voice wavered with laughter as he informed Menafield of her arrest due to her unpaid $77 trash bill.
Ms. Menafield, we have a warrant for you.
For what?
Not paying your trash bill.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
I'm not joking.
Menafield's disbelief was evident as she inquired about the warrant, while the officer's unsettling chuckles continued.
I'm so serious. It's a warrant. The failure to pay solid waste and charge all your information.
However, what made this footage truly sinister was the Valley Police Chief's defense, stating that the officers had treated Menafield respectfully. The contrast between the unsettling laughter in the video and the official statement raised significant questions. The suspense lingered, leaving viewers haunted by the unsettling encounter.
I'm so serious. It's a warrant.
In the scorching Texas sun, amidst the dusty desolation of Kinney County, a DPS trooper embarked on what seemed like an ordinary day patrol. As the trooper cruised down a highway, he noticed a vehicle that raised suspicion. The driver, an illegal immigrant from Mexico, looked uneasy as beads of sweat dripped down his forehead.
Oh, it's your car?
No, it's from my brother.
Your brother? Mm-hmm. Okay.
The trooper decided to investigate further.
Is there anything illegal in the vehicle?
No.
Can I have your consent to search to make sure that there's nothing in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Upon opening the vehicle's trunk, the body cam revealed a horrifying scene. With compassion and duty in his heart, he swiftly handed over 3 illegal immigrants, including traumatized teenagers, to Border Patrol.
Is there anything illegal in the vehicle?
No.
3 police officers in Tyler, Texas are facing theft charges after a routine eviction search was recorded on body cameras and revealed a sinister plot. Curtis Harris, the constable, and his deputies, LaQuenda Banks and Derek Holman, arrived at the house thinking they would help evict a resident. But Chief Deputy Banks's unintentional activation of her body camera revealed their shocking transgressions.
Hold on, don't come down here. Put it.
No, you just bring it out.
Let me see.
Their audacity knows no bounds as they continue their scavenger hunt throughout the house. To further compound their crimes, they falsely accuse the homeowner of possessing drugs, attempting to justify their prolonged search. The trio then returns to their police vehicle, unloading their stolen items. In an alarming twist, they discuss their loot.
We got a little fat over there. Trying to find the pocket.
Confirming their guilt. A week later, the victim reports a staggering list of stolen items totaling over $10,000. The officers are subsequently charged with property theft, abuse of official capacity, and official oppression, facing the grim prospect of prison. This harrowing footage exposes the darkest shadows within law enforcement, leaving us to ponder how many more secrets are concealed behind the thin blue line.
Trying to find the pocket.
The truth was concealed within a shocking bodycam recording on a quiet Seattle night. Jarnavi Kandula's tragic death was more than just a terrible accident. Officer Daniel Audera, the vice president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild, spoke ill about Jarnavi just hours after her life had been mercilessly extinguished. "She is dead," repeated the chilling words, and then there was a disturbing laugh.
But she is dead.
The footage exposed the grotesque insensitivity of the officer, dismissing her worth as a human being. He casually spoke of how life could be quantified with such cruelty.
No, it's a regular person. Yeah, just write a check. Just, yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
As the investigation deepened, Seattle trembled with apprehension, knowing that within the darkened corners of power, justice was a fragile and elusive thing. In the dim glow of a central Florida night, Deputy John Brahman's body camera rolled, capturing every moment of a routine DUI arrest. As the suspect stood by the roadside, unaware, Deputy Brahman reached into the man's wallet. The footage was crystal clear. The story thickened when it became clear this wasn't a one-time event. Deputy Brahman had been under investigation for similar thefts from multiple victims. The sheriff's office confirmed that Brahman had been stealing cash from unsuspecting individuals during DUI arrests. Brahman, with a history of disciplinary issues, leaves a trail of disbelief and questions about the integrity of those sworn to protect and serve. A terrifying encounter was caught on a police body camera in Orlando, Florida, near the junction of Interstate 4 East and Interstate 408 East. Nearing midnight, Orlando police officers Crow, Harmon, Kisane, and Peterson received a 911 emergency call.
Right now, there's a confirmed vehicle in the water. Gonna see if there's anyone in it.
A car had gone off the ramp for eastbound Interstate 4 and crashed into the deep retention pond below. The single occupant was trapped, struggling to escape the sinking metal coffin. With their sirens blaring and their lights flashing, the police finally arrived.
Vehicle is going to be occupied. Driver is 10-4, not totally submerged. We just gotta figure out a way to get to him.
The video underscores the display of bravery in the line of duty. Officers Edsel Osborne and Brian Brazil can be seen parked outside the school. Their patrol car sits there, an island of indifference in a sea of potential rescue. As the minutes tick by, a desperate 911 call beeps in the background. But the officers seem oblivious. They share jokes, their laughter masking the silent screams of 16-year-old Kyle Plush, who is trapped, gasping for air and pleading for help just a few feet away. Hours pass like mere seconds, and it isn't until 5 agonizing hours later that Kyle's family discovers his lifeless body in the minivan's back. The grim verdict: accidental asphyxiation due to police incompetence and neglect. In Ouachita Parish, Louisiana, a traffic stop by a lone trooper took a chilling turn in the bright daylight. An ominous scent wafted through the pleasant breeze as the trooper approached the car. Marijuana lingered in the air of the vehicle. When he saw bullet holes in the car's driver's side door, his suspicions only grew.
73 and a 55, so it's 18 over the limit. Do you have your driver's license?
No, sir.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Then why are you driving?
Investigators revealed that Robinson's life had been brutally stolen during an armed robbery, a sequence of events leading to his cruel demise. A mere 19-year-old Cameron Powell stood accused of the unthinkable. The trooper called for help, exposing Ouachita Parish's secrets under the relentless sun.
Who is that? Who is that?
That's Mike.
That's Mike. Yeah. How did Mike get there? Tell me.
I just hit him. I just hit him, bro. I did.
You just hit him?
I did.
On August 18th, 2023, at 8:25 a.m., a call for a stolen vehicle echoed at the cemetery on 9200 Chambers Creek Way, Lakewood, and Steilacoom police, accompanied by a sergeant, swiftly arrived on the scene as the stolen vehicle revved menacingly. The sergeant instantly punctured all 4 tires with his stop sticks, making a perfect hit. However, the suspects were not prepared to give up. The stolen vehicle peeled away with a final roar, leaving the deputies in its wake. The vehicle was discovered at 7500 Bridgeport Way, with the engine running. Deputy sheriffs swarmed, eyes darting around in the gloom. In the creek bed, 2 figures crouched, hidden. One deputy, shrouded in suspense, decided on an odd tactic.
Don't make us release our canine!
The deputy's imitation had turned the tide into a suspenseful cat-and-mouse game. On Valentine's Day in Dayton, Florida, officers responded to frantic calls from alarmed residents regarding a homeless man creating chaos in a quiet cul-de-sac. The man was ranting, his eyes wild, and holding a crumpled trash bag. His voice echoed with a manic fervor as he defended his actions to the officers.
Can you see why you're a nuisance?
You know why? Because I cleaned up this city.
No, you didn't. You trashed it.
Yeah.
As tension escalated, the officers, exhausted by his relentless tirade, moved to arrest him.
Do you want me to arrest you? I will take you to jail for M4 littering.
As the handcuffs neared his wrists, an eerie chill swept through the scene, with the man's words, "I cleaned up this city."
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I cleaned up this city.
Deputy O'Neill's bodycam flickered to life as he pulled over the swerving red Honda sedan. As he drew closer, the driver's face came into view. Her eyes were glazed and her pupils dilated, unmistakable signs of intoxication. However, seeing a sleeping child in the passenger seat, completely unaware of the chaos.
Hi. Is he okay? Can you wake him up from... Are you sleeping?
10 years old.
Deputy O'Neill began the standard procedure. He requested the driver's license and registration. Suddenly, the driver's demeanor shifted and her eyes filled with terror, as if she knew the gravity of her situation.
Can't tell me why you're driving like that?
Sorry. For the day, yes. Islam Marada? Yes.
Do you speak Russian, Victor?
Yeah.
What horrors had this child witnessed on their perilous journey? The bodycam recorded it all, preserving the chilling truth for justice to unveil.
Another charge, man.
Please.
Ma'am, stop.
Please.
In West Caldwell, New Jersey, on Passaic Avenue, a school bus veered off course in broad daylight, crashing into a home and leaving the community in shock.
Can you get in it at all?
Thankfully, no children were aboard the bus, and the house stood empty. But the true horror lay within the details emerging from the police bodycam footage. It captured the bus driver, a certain Anthony Stuckey, stumbling out of the mangled vehicle, his breath tainted by the unmistakable stench of liquor.
Nah, negative, just the driver. Yeah, for now.
As the police unearthed more disturbing facts, Stuckey's actions became inexcusable. Charged with driving while intoxicated, endangering the welfare of children and more, the footage underscored the utter recklessness that had led to this catastrophe. The once tranquil curve in the road now bore witness to a nightmarish reality.
I was trying to avoid something on the road and everything it just happened so fast.
On June 24th, 2023, in Holman, Wisconsin, around 2:43 a.m., police body cam footage showed a darkened street and the roar of a speeding motorbike in the distance. Sirens wail as Officer Daniels races to catch up. Suddenly, the rider loses control, crashes and tumbles onto a lawn. Officer Daniels skids to a halt, adrenaline surging. The suspect bolts to his feet, abandoning the damaged bike, and disappears into the night.
T-shirt, black pants, running into the woods.
Hours of looking have turned up nothing. With renewed determination, Officer Daniels uses the license plates to find the owner of the motorcycle. As he approaches the address, the porch light flickers, revealing a disheveled woman. Fear fills her eyes as she realizes why he's there.
You realize riding without a license is a ticket?
I have a permit.
I know. That's a citation. Do you know what running from the cops is?
A big problem.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
It's a felony.
Fleeing from the police brings consequences. Safety gear on a motorbike is not optional. On a gloomy day in Baltimore, bodycam footage revealed a chilling tale as a lone officer, dressed in his uniform, secretly planted an awful secret. Uttering words laced with deceit, he returned to the alley and reclaimed the incriminating can, revealing a plastic bag. The first 30 seconds held no audio, shrouding the unfolding drama in eerie silence. "We take allegations like this very seriously," echoed the police department spokesman, but the dread in his voice betrayed their unease. The public defender's office uncovered the footage, resulting in dropped charges. A desperate man had spent months in jail, while the officer's hidden secret remained concealed. On January 29th, 2023, in Orlando, Florida, a drunken driver sped toward police officers dealing with a tense incident, endangering lives. Fear seized the group as they shouted for her to stop. The driver slurred her denial, a disturbing smile contorting her face. She stumbled, her breath reeking of alcohol.
I don't want you driving anymore, because due to your eyes, I believe you to be drunk.
I'm not that drunk.
Yes, you are.
The officers, undeterred, adhered to their protocols, firmly taking her in.
Kind of a big deal, but it's not the end of the world. Can you separate your hands from your...
It is a big deal.
It is, but please, I don't want to have to charge you for extra charges for no reason, okay?
As they replayed that unsettling moment again, they wondered what else they could get out of that fateful night in Orlando. In Northwest Florida, the hidden underbelly of Carabel stirred with concealed truths. Agent Alexis Hatton, an FBI veteran, ventured into the area to expose gnawing corruption. That day of December 20th unfolded as Hatton's truth-seeking mission veered into a labyrinth. With a body cam recording his every move, Hatton confronted the deputies about a ticket that was previously issued to a person he was working a case on. The tension hung like a heavy fog.
That on Bodycam? I do, but I don't understand what the problem is with you meeting me at the office. I'll talk to the U.S. Attorney's Office about it.
Deputies doubted his identity, their suspicions intensifying as his credentials failed to align with their expectations.
Hey, I don't think this guy's legit, man.
A terrorist watch list loomed over their system. As the chilling minutes ticked by, Hatton found himself cuffed in the back of a patrol car. Only when a distant voice crackled over the radio, affirming his legitimacy, did the nightmare begin to unravel for the police officer.
Hey, I don't think this guy's legit, man.
On that Sunday night at Ridgeway apartment complex, Officer Aaron Gary Williams, Officer Matthew Robertson, and Officer Daniel Russell had set out to track down a fugitive. As they combed through dimly lit hallways, neighbor Janita Beasley's return home abruptly disrupted their mission. Together, they rushed into the unit. Minutes crawled by until they discovered the neighbor's father unconscious on the couch. The room's eerie haze concealed the threat. It was a race against time.
Wake up! You awake? You awake? Come on, let's get out.
The fire had started innocently, with food forgotten on a stove.
You good? Breathe, man. Your apartment's on fire, boss. You alright? Alright, just sit down. Just hang tight.
Chaos swirled like a tornado in the dim glow of the stadium lights, and the night air crackled with tension. The body camera footage began with the Alabama High School band director, Johnny Mims, standing his ground in front of his beloved students. "We're fixing to go. This is their last song," Mims declared with a smile on his face. The standoff continued, the situation escalating with each passing second. With stern warnings unheeded, the officers moved in to arrest Mims. In a frenzy of bodies and shouts, Mims denied any wrongdoing.
They just laced the kids on the bus. I don't know if they need the medics or not.
The suspenseful scene left lingering questions about the line between authority and justice in Birmingham.
And all you had to do was comply.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it just should have never escalated. That's what I'm saying.
You allowed it to. You wouldn't comply.
I did not let this escalate.
As the night cloaked Loveland, Officer Jake Mitchell cruised through the dimly lit streets, his body cam rolling silently. A call came in, and he sped to the scene where a suspicious vehicle swerved erratically. Pulling it over, he approached the driver, Harris Elias. Breathalyzer, 0.00%. Blood test, nothing detected. Innocence rendered futile. Harris Elias was handcuffed and shoved into the cruiser. The body cam captured it all.
The reason I asked you out of the car is obviously I could smell an overwhelming odor of alcohol. Don't fall over there. Coming from your vehicle.
The blatant manipulation, the injustice.
Your eyes are bloodshot, watery, glassy. So how much have you had to drink?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay. All right, go ahead and turn around, face your vehicle. Sure. Place your hands behind your back, interlace.
Loveland PD's deceitful tactics to inflate their DUI arrest numbers were bare. Life and AMP Liberty Law Office attorney Sarah Schielke reviewed the footage in a dimly lit interrogation room. Her eyes burned with righteous fury as she vowed to expose the truth. The bodycam footage showed police officers from the Broward County Sheriff's Office gathering at a dimly lit terminal, responding to an alarm raised by JetBlue employees about a disturbing scene. In the grainy video, a woman stood defiantly, her voice slurred with intoxication. Her luggage lay abandoned at her feet, a symbol of her stubbornness. She refused to pay the luggage fee, casting a disdainful glance at the employees who had dared to confront her.
Oh yeah. Yo, lady, we don't speak that here. Are you serious? No, go. No, you're gonna go.
But the officers remained firm, their stern warnings falling on deaf ears. Her response was a torrent of derogatory terms, causing a public scandal. The bodycam captured the tension, the anger, and the uncomfortable truth that racism and intolerance still lingered, even at 30,000 feet. The body camera activated, capturing the night's tension. Joseph Murray, Dearborn fire chief, stood by his car under dim streetlights. Sweat glistened on his forehead as he stammered. The police officer's gaze intensified as Murray, showing signs of intoxication, spoke deceptively.
Yeah, I've had a couple of beers for sure. 3 or 4. 3 or 4?
His car's engine was still running, and the scent of alcohol added to the tension. Suddenly, flashing lights pierced the darkness. Murray's hands fumbled as officers guided him through a series of sobriety tests, his balance betraying him. As the breathalyzer loomed, he whispered. The camera captured the pivotal moment.
You open up, it's like a balloon, blow as hard as you can.
I mean, no, I'm not for a lawyer or something.
The fire chief's fate uncertain, a city's trust shattered, and justice waiting for its verdict.
Yeah, I've had a couple of beers for sure.
In Childersburg, Alabama, under the morning sun, police bodycam footage started as officers responded to a suspicious person call in a suburban neighborhood. In the spotlight, Pastor Michael Jennings stood, hose in hand, tending to his neighbor's blossoming flowers. It should have been an ordinary day, but the phone call seemed insistent.
You're Pastor Jennings?
Yes, I'm looking out for their house while they gone.
Okay,
watering their flowers.
Okay.
The first officer requested identification, but Jennings resisted.
You have like ID and all?
No, man. I'm not gonna give you no ID.
Why not?
I ain't did nothing wrong.
And was subsequently charged with non-cooperation with the police.
There's a reasonable suspicion that you're here. It's not a crime.
Yeah,
if you would have said, yeah, here's my name, here's everything, we were like, okay.
I told him my name. Pastor Jennings, looking out for their house while they gone.
In the dimly lit frame of a police bodycam, tension filled the air as Matt, an ordinary motorist, maneuvered his vehicle behind a stern-faced patrol car, hoping to pass through. The cop's gaze bore into him, suspicion written all over his face. Matt, desperate to play it cool, explained he'd been signaling his turn the entire time, but the officer's steely eyes seemed blind to his efforts.
Stop and explain, hey, listen, I gotta go to a certain area because it's blocked off at a certain point and you'll be a dead end anyway.
Stop, darling.
The police car behind Matt trailed aggressively, its officer signaling that this encounter wasn't finished.
Can I go or not? Yeah, get the hell out. Thank you.
Blue lights flashed in his rearview mirror and the siren wailed.
Back in your car. Get back in your car right now.
What ensued was a high-stakes battle, a clash of rights and authority, a courtroom confrontation where Matt fought for justice. Footage from a golf club's softly lit back entrance flickered on the screen. The police bodycam revealed the encounter on that night in Tampa. Chief Mary O'Connor's voice quivered in the cool November air as the golf cart rolled to a halt.
Is your camera on?
It is.
I'm the police chief in Tampa.
Oh, how you doing?
The deputy's flashlight danced across their faces, their expressions etched with sly smiles. The unmarked cart, missing its license plate, had led to this moment. O'Connor's badge glinted in the deputy's flashlight beam as she pleaded for leniency.
I'm hoping that you'll just let us go tonight.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll say, yeah.
In the end, they were allowed to escape, but the eerie silence that followed was deafening.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night, folks.
As the scorching sun beat down on Route 206 in Southampton, Burlington County, a New Jersey State Trooper, Joseph Drew, initiated a traffic stop. His body camera recorded every moment. Tailgating had triggered the encounter, but it would be far more invasive. Drew's voice oozed authority as he accused the driver of marijuana possession.
You ever been stopped for marijuana before?
I don't know. Have you ever stopped someone for marijuana before?
The search for the car yielded nothing, but Drew wasn't satisfied. He handcuffed the driver, forcing him out onto the bustling highway. Then the trooper donned blue latex gloves, and the world watched in suspense.
I think this is the worst thing I'm going to do to you right now. You have another thing coming, my friend.
With the hum of passing vehicles as a grotesque symphony, Drew reached into the driver's underwear, violating his privacy. A sense of powerlessness hung in the air as cars and trucks zoomed by, oblivious.
This is ridiculous, yo. This is like sexual assault. Like, I don't have nothing in my pants. Like, what are you doing?
Months later, the man fought for justice in a courtroom while the haunting footage cast doubt on how far the long arm of the law could reach.
This is like sexual assault.
On July 11th, 2023, Officer Daniels approached the erratic driver under the scorching Florida sun. Beads of sweat trickled down his forehead as he activated his body camera. The woman, disheveled and wild-eyed, swerved dangerously through traffic. Her slurred speech filled the stifling air.
Are you under the influence of alcohol or drugs? Something. You could have killed somebody a moment ago.
As she stumbled, her breath reeked of alcohol, a reminder of her reckless journey. The backup arrived, and a DUI unit was summoned. She grew increasingly hostile, spewing venomous insults at herself.
Well, I'm not going to call you that.
Inexplicable, self-directed hatred consumed her. As the officers exchanged horrified glances, the woman's malevolent self-abuse intensified, casting doubt on the reality they knew.
My son is a Marine.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol released damning footage that raised questions about the career of Cleveland Cavaliers president of basketball operations, Kobe Altman. Altman, weary and disoriented, pleaded with the trooper.
Speed almost caused an accident back there.
As he stumbled through the sobriety tests, the trooper's stern demeanor replaced his claims of exhaustion and overseas travel. During their exchange, a haunting question pierced the air.
Just got back from overseas trip as well, so I'm also exhausted.
As Altman's rights were read aloud, the body camera froze on his bewildered face, a display of the fine line between power and vulnerability. The bodycam footage revealed a chilling encounter in the eerie glow of the Nevada night, and the bodycam footage revealed a chilling encounter. With beads of sweat forming on his forehead, the officer questioned residents about the alleged UFO crash.
They said they saw something fall from the sky. They checked their backyard and they saw something with 8 to 9 feet, no clothes, green-colored men, not human. The eyes were glowing.
Tension hung heavy in the air as he inquired. The night grew colder as the truth slowly unraveled, and the mystery deepened.
It was like a big creature. Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
My partner said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious.
The bodycam footage would serve as a haunting reminder of a night when the unknown disrupted the everyday lives of those beneath the Nevada skies.